ladies. If you're constantly met with things like, you think you're better than me, you think you're better than us, you walk around like your doesn't stink, you think you're the hottest thing since sliced bread, people constantly are projecting that onto you, it's most likely because you are better. If people are constantly asking you if you think you're better than them, it's because you probably are. And in 2026, we're going to start being honest about who we are, because when you play small, when you try to diminish who you actually are, and you try to appease these people's egos by shrinking so that you don't come off as quote unquote better than others, you give these people a reason to attack you. They say, oh look, she let her guard down. She dimmed her light. She basically gave in to our projections. Now's our chance to attack. So you need to be daring to say that you are better than people this year and onward. This is something I am actively working on as well. This is coming from a retired people pleaser, retired girl who used to dim her light, who no longer does. It's gonna feel weird at first to come to terms with the fact that some people just are not on your level, and that's okay. Some people are grasping for your spot because you are in a better spot than them. And it's okay to admit these things. I think it's so taboo. Like, this society and world has taught us that saying we're better than somebody or in a better situation than someone is cocky, arrogant, stuck up. But that can be a very true thing. And I think where we go wrong is we try to blur the lines and be inclusive and say, oh, well, I can hang around someone who's not in the same, tax bracket as me, or I can hang around someone who's not as beautiful as me, or I can try to befriend someone who's not on the same educational level as me. But then when you start to have conversations with those people, when you start hanging around them, when you start spending time, you start to realize that you have nothing in common. They start to compete with you. They start to use you as a measuring stick as to where their life should be. You start to experience all these negative things because you are putting yourself around people who are quite honestly beneath you. My theory is, if we just start to embrace that we may be a little bit more excellent than the average person in whatever area that may be, I think we would attract people who are on our same level. We would attract people who can nurture our gifts. We would attract people who respect us and who are reciprocal and who bring something to the friendship or relationship. Like, I think we would avoid a lot of heartache, pain, trouble, and drama if we were just honest and say, you know what, I am better than that person, in the sense that I am better than the drama and chaos that they're trying to bring into my life because their life is in shambles. I'm better than, the conversations that they want to have with me, which is all gossip and it's all low vibrational and it's all very elementary. I'm better than this person who gets a rise out of talking negatively about women who they're threatened by and they're looking for a buddy to do that with. Like, if you start to say that you're better than these different circumstances and these things that people try to bait you into taking part in, you would avoid so much trouble, so much wasted time, so much wasted energy, and so much bad karma. Because what's not talked about often enough is that when people try to bait you into friendships with them when they know they're not on your level, whether it be financially, educationally, psychologically, spiritually, physically, when it comes to your beauty, what happens is you get into these friendships and relationships with these people, and oftentimes their negative traits are going to rub off on you. So if they have a really bad problem with gossiping and slandering people who they are threatened by because they may not look like the woman who they're, hating on, it's going to rub off on you. And before you know it, you're now harboring feelings for women that you never had before. Like, let's say, for example, you're a very secure person. You love yourself, you love how you look, you carry yourself a certain way, you value your appearance, and you keep up with yourself. If you start hanging around a woman who does none of those things, but you value the friendship for whatever reason, the traits that you bring to the table, she's going to absorb them. But on the flip side, you're going to take on all of the negative things that she talks about. So because she speaks negatively about women who take care of themselves, they care about their appearance, they care about how they carry themselves, they care about their pretty privileges and maintaining it, you would almost feel scared to be yourself, which is a person who cares about their appearance, because you don't want to offend your friend who talks about people who are better than her negatively. And then in addition to that, you're also going to start to side-eye women who do the things that your friend is hating on, because you're now listening to someone who's a negative source. The positivity that you bring to that friendship, she's absolutely going to absorb that. Meanwhile, on your end, you're going to be absorbing her negative traits, because again, you guys are not equally yoked. The friendship isn't an equally yoked friendship where you guys are getting things from each other that are positive. It's not like you guys are reciprocating good qualities between each other. It's like you're giving away your positivity and she's giving away her negativity. So before you know it, you're taking on her mindset. This is how it happens, ladies. Like, this is how bad bees, this is how gorgeous girls and girls who are on their stuff lose their pretty privilege, they lose their status, they lose their happiness, their connections, their ambition, because they hang around people who bring nothing to the friendship but trouble, drama, and negativity, and you take it on. Before you know it, you have an insecurity like how she does when you never were insecure before. Now you have intimidation issues, and you're intimidated by every single woman that walks in the room, because your friend that you hang out with all the time has those problems, and you started to view the world through her lens. You see what I'm saying? It's dangerous stuff. This stuff is dangerous. We have to start saying that we're better than certain things. We're better than certain workplaces. We're better than being around certain men. We're better than dating and marrying certain types of men. We're better than being in friendships with certain types of women. We're better than certain conversations that people want us to entertain. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think we have been programmed to be people pleasers in the sense that we are just supposed to assimilate with any type of person, any type of situation, even if it doesn't serve us, even if it's not on our level. Because if we dare to say, no, I'm in a different place. Like, I'm better than what you're offering me, or I'm better than this friendship, or I'm better than, that man, and stooping to his level to be in a relationship with him. It's almost like, oh, she's cocky. She's full of herself. She needs to humble herself. She's going to lose everything one day, and then she'll see. Like, people actually wait on your downfall when you have this type of mindset. It's actually sick, because they're not saying anything when you entertain the connection or friendship or conversation or whatever is beneath you, and it starts to affect you negatively. And then now you're the negative Nancy who no longer knows who she is, because you are being bombarded with someone else's demons when you were above it the entire time. No one's going to tell you that, though, but they will tell you, hey, you should humble yourself, because it makes them uncomfortable that you are choosing better for yourself by not choosing them. Clock it. So ladies, drop down in the comment section. I'm curious to know what you all think on this topic. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share your stories with me there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.